putting, is it an art or a science? It's an argument we have a lot in the office. So today I brought Alex to Scottsdale Golf to go through a SIK putter fitting. We're going to be taking a look at some data and seeing if he should be moving out of that blade putter that is used throughout his whole life and he really just likes the look of.
There is no way I'm going into one of those.
Well, we'll have to see what the data says. Let's go find out.
How are you doing, Alex?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. So yeah, let's get going. You've got your putter with you today.
This is very similar to my putter.
Okay.
Yes. This is you handed this to me.
Okay.
So I use bog standard Answer style blade putter,
Yeah.
34 inches, and I want you to tell me why that's either the correct putter for me or not the correct putter for me, basically.
Okay, cool. So yeah, we'll use SAM Puttlab and get that all going. What handicap do you play off?
14.
Okay. And would you say you're pretty good at putting?
I'd say it's the strongest part of my game.
Strongest part of your game?
Yeah.
Okay.
Once I'm on the green, I'm sort of okay.
Okay. Is there anything that you battle with on the greens, would you say? Alignment? Do you miss left or right? Speed? Anything?
Yeah,
like
if I miss, it tends to be a pull.
A bit of a pull?
Which is
Okay.
a control issue more than anything.
Cool. Okay. So let me get it set up. Take your putter here. So we're just going to put this sensor on the shaft. It's just going to track the motion of your stroke. It's going to give us a whole lot of data. And then we'll analyze the data and see what's happening. Have you had a fitting before, for irons, drivers, anything
Yes,
like that?
yes. I've had a full bag fitting, but never for putter.
Okay.
So obviously I've been on TrackMan style.
Yeah, okay. And I just want you to put the face of the putter against the line there, just in your natural position there. Just hold it nice and steady there for me for 2 seconds. Perfect, that's ready to go. Okay. So we're going to hit 5 putts to that hole. Okay. I'll place the ball down for you.
Okay,
that's
thank you.
Fine. So you're just going to go from there. Most important thing is just do your natural stroke. Take your time in your aiming. Go from there. Good. Okay. Nice.
Yep.
So we hit 5 putts there. Obviously, it's going to kind of give us an average over those 5 putts. It's going to tell us a few things, what the face is doing at impact, your path, all that type of stuff, lie angle. First thing that it gives us is your face at aim, and then face at impact. Your putt is 0.6 degrees closed, which isn't too bad.
Okay.
So that's actually pretty good. When it's starting to get about 1 or 2 degrees out, that's when you're starting to aim quite far offline and having to compensate a lot. You can see bringing it back at impact on average over those 5 putts, 0.5 degrees closed. Not bad.
So pretty similar, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It tells us the strike, it tells us your path. So you can see your path is quite far to the left. So you're cutting across it a little bit. You can see a lot of your strikes a little bit towards the toe. Obviously, want to try and get that as much in the middle as possible. You can also see here that the toe is a little bit up through impact, the initial starting angle that the ball's launching off the putter. You can see there 3.2. It's maybe a little bit high. Probably want to get it more around 2 degrees.
Okay.
That's obviously where SIK putters, Descending Loft Technology can definitely help with that. It tells us the face rotation, so you can see through the ball, the face is rotating a lot. Then also on this SAM Puttlab gives us timing and consistency, which is really good, 75%. That's not bad. So the first thing I would do looking at this is can see there's a bit of a consistent pattern of everything a little bit left, especially that path going left. A lot of the strikes a little bit towards the toe, so maybe something with a little bit higher MOI, a little bit bigger sweet spot potentially. And again here you can see how much you're rotating that putter through the ball. So, going to change to a different neck and different head now.
Okay, perfect.
Is there any specific style putter that you enjoy using?
Yeah, so I've always used a blade putter since I was a kid, basically, because it's just when I'm standing over the ball, that's what suits my eye. That's what I like to look at. I've tried big mallet head style putters before, and you know, I've had friends who have had them, and I've tested them out, and I sort of always come back to my blade. But yeah, since I was a junior, basically, I've always had a blade. So that's just what suits my eye. But this is sort of a discussion that we have at NCG. It's quite a big argument that we always have, which is the feel and the looks of a putter versus what actually works from you from a technological point of view. And I think that I'm about at a point in my golf life where I'm ready to be convinced otherwise, I think so.
Okay. So if we have a look at this putter, which is kind of just more your standard neck. So the neck plays a big role in how the putter's going to arc and release through the ball. So with this one, if I balance it here, you can see the toe hangs a little bit down.
Okay.
So this one's probably got about a 30-degree toe hang to it. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to get something that has a little bit more weight in the toe that can just help the putter maybe stay a little bit more open through impact and not get it missing left so much. Okay. So I'll keep this same head in, and I'm going to move you to a different neck, and then in 35 inches also. Okay. Now when I balance that on my fingers, you see how the toe's a lot more down.
Okay. Yep.
So a lot more weight in the toe, also added an extra little bit of length. So we'll give this one a go. So we'll just need to calibrate it again. Same thing again, we're going to hit 5 putts. I'll place the ball for you. See how we get on. Okay, that was a bit different. So you should feel a little bit more weight in the head now with the extra length.
Yeah, the length is definitely
it
feels more comfortable.
More comfortable now, yeah. Your arms are hanging in a lot more natural position now. Is that feeling very different to the last one we tried?
Yeah, much nicer. Just much more natural, I think, like you say.
Can you feel how the head flows a little bit differently through the ball there? So you can look here, same thing again. Got face at aim and then face at impact. So you can see here, aiming a little bit straighter now. Obviously a bit more conscious about it since I brought it up, but you can see there getting a bit of green there, 80%. One of the most important things is where you're bringing it back to an impact. So you can see now, with a little bit more weight in the toe, that face is staying a little bit more square through impact. So only 0.1 degree close now, which is obviously really good. Most important thing, if you can get the ball starting on the line that you want to hit it on, you're going to have a lot more chance of sinking putts. Really good there, also the strike. So, you know, with the other putter was a lot towards the toe, where you can see there now, a lot more out the middle, which again, going to help to not put any kind of right to left spin on it. So that's really good. See, the path is still a little bit left, a little bit better in the variance. 1.6 was 1.8 before, so again an improvement there. Toe sitting a little bit more square to the floor. Does sit a little bit toe up for you still. Earlier the launch on the putter was 3.2, now 2.6. That's a lot better. So when the ball's coming off the face, it's not bouncing as much. So it's probably only bouncing once or twice there now, where when it's launching at about 3.2, it's probably got 3 or 4 bounces in it. So just getting a purer roll. Can see here, still releasing the face a lot, but at least it's a lot more square at impact. And then also that impact timing has actually gone up. a little bit better. So that could also just be from having that extra length. Feels like there's more weight in the head. So just a little bit better rhythm, better tempo.
It's remarkably satisfying to look at that and see that what I felt when I was hitting the putts is proved by the data.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, straight away you can see there's actually really, really good improvements there. Could see just when you're striking it down the line there, the ball was just starting on a lot better line. So definitely having something with a little bit extra length, a little bit more toe hang, will definitely work really well for you. Definitely want to try kind of a mallet putter with that same neck in and that same length, just to see what it does for you.
I'd be really interested to see how a putter that doesn't suit my eye performs on the data.
Yeah,
I'd be really
that'll be
interested
interesting,
to see that. Yeah.
As you can see there, still got quite a lot of toe hang, maybe not as much as the previous head with the shaft in. But yeah, we'll give this a go, see how it works.
What sort of benefits would a putter head of this shape have over a blade shape?
So, because a lot of the weight is centered more towards the back of the putter, it does kind of stretch the sweet spots a little bit.
Okay.
So might feel a little bit easier on the strike, a little bit more forgiving. I mean, look and feel is so important with putters, so it could be something that just you put down straight away and instantly feel really confident with, which is obviously going to just help you sink more putts when you're playing. So, but the main reason for it would just be a little bit more forgiving potentially for you.
I mean, that was always going to happen, wasn't it?
That was a good start. What does it feel like, those first three?
Oh, God, I mean, I almost don't want to admit that it feels incredible. It feels more like the putters doing the work than I'm doing the work.
Yeah. Obviously, that one's also got a lot more weight in the head. So again...
Almost feels like a pendulum.
Yeah.
Just going through
it. That's the feeling that it's going to give you. Good. Getting a really, really nice roll on that. So same thing again. Got your aim. You can see how much more consistent it is with the mallet putter.
That's a lot of green.
Yeah. So that's really good. Not a huge variance. None of them less than a degree either way from the hole, which is really good. Only thing is now, obviously aiming a lot more square, but I did notice that the ball was maybe starting a little bit right. So face a little bit more open now on impact, which maybe isn't a bad thing if you pull it a lot. Obviously, kind of getting used to a putter also, you'll probably start releasing it a little bit differently. Feel a little bit more confident that you're not going to pull it all the time. So again there, a little bit towards the toe. Main thing I would say there, at least it's consistent. Not too bad, still toes a little bit up through the hitting area. One thing, and this is one thing I did notice standing behind you there, is how much more neutral your path is into the ball.
Okay.
So you're not...
That's interesting.
Yeah, with the more bladed putters, you're definitely kind of cutting across it. Going to have to try and hold that face open all the time just to screw it up. But obviously you're putting almost like a left to right spin, almost like a fade spin onto it. Where they're now coming a lot more neutral into the ball. It's going to put more of that kind of almost top spinny roll.
Is that just due to what I was talking about, how the putter felt more pendulum-like in terms of the putter coming through the head rather than...
Yeah, so putter's just working a little bit better there for you. Maybe not as good with the launch, 3.3. The Descending Loft Technology in SIK putters is designed to help that, so same thing here. Still releasing the face quite a lot, but not as much as the bladed putters. That one was 19 degrees to the left, where the others were in the 20s, 22 and 24 degrees. Interesting enough there, your impact timing wasn't as good as with the bladed putters, so this is kind of a situation where I would kind of let you kind of pick which kind of head you would prefer. But definitely, the 35-inch with that type of neck on, so it's got a little bit more toe hang. And then it would just come down to a bit of look and feel, really.
Yeah, it's fascinating, really. I think it's one of those things where quite like to just hit like 1,000 putts with each of them and just see which.
Well, that's what we can do now.
I certainly felt more comfortable with that one. I felt like I was having to control the blade, and that's how I've always felt hitting my putter.
Yeah.
That I have to control it more than I'd like.
Yeah. So you felt a bit more comfortable with the blade?
No, it felt more comfortable with
the mallet.
The mallet putter, but it felt. But in terms of looks, obviously looking down on the blade, but I don't know if that's just because that's what I've always looked at. Like I've never ever had a putter like this before.
Yeah, if you've been using it since you were a kid, it's obviously, you've never known anything else, so something that you're really comfortable with.
What would you say to someone? So if someone came in like me, absolutely adamant that they're going to have a blade putter because that's what they've always used, and the data showed them that actually they should be moving into a mallet, like how would you sort of coax them into the mallet?
Yeah, it's one of those, you know, I'm not going to obviously start arguing with the guy and saying that it's completely wrong for them or anything like that, but at the end of the day, it's their choice. You know, if they feel like they can go out and they're going to hold way more putts with that putter, then, you know, go for it. But obviously, if the data is showing that one putter is going to work better, I would probably trust the data a little bit more. But also, if he had to go away, use that putter, have 1 or 2 bad rounds, I bet you he'd be back here after a week being like, yeah, can I have that putter, and then kind of move on from there. So.
But what about someone like me who, that blade putter that I was hitting, the data was showing that actually that's probably slightly more suited. Yeah. But now I'm looking at that one and going, actually the mallet one felt much nicer.
Yeah, that's definitely where you need to go with what your gut's telling you also.
Okay.
So if this is feeling good and giving you really good confidence, that's the one you should go for. Can you imagine when you're on the course, you know, so important when putting, the confidence, building good memories with the putter, all that type of stuff. So you kind of walk away with the mallet one, knowing that this one's still here. You're always going to putt better with kind of the one that's your gut feeling.
So Alex has been through his full fit in there, and I think it was really interesting because 2 very different styles, one he maybe wouldn't have tried before, and it probably showed why people should come for a fitting and test different things out.
Yeah.
Why would you say fitting is so important for the consumers?
I think the most important thing is just knowing that the putter's right for you, because obviously 30, 40 years ago, we didn't have all the science that we do nowadays. So obviously 30, 40 years ago, you just used to go into a shop, see a putter, hit a few putts, feels good, and then kind of just buy it. Where now you've got all this technology that's available, you might as well use it. And yeah.
And even if you're convinced on kind of one style, I guess it kind of reaffirms you knowing like if it's right for you and the technology kind of backs up what you're feeling.
Yeah, definitely. Just gives you that confidence to go out on the course and know that this putter's 100% right for you, and if you're not putting well, then it's more down to you, yeah.
Yeah, you need to go book a golf lesson.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've looked a bit at the technology we use and also kind of that looks and feel element for each individual golfer. So to settle our office debate, putting, art or science, what's your take?
I'm going to say 50-50. There's so much science behind it. We can obviously use the science to get the right style putter, the right length, the right neck, all that for you. But at the end of the day, golf is such a unique sport. It's so based on feel, confidence, all that type of stuff, and that has to play a big part in it, and it plays such a big part in when you're on the greens. So I'm going to go 50-50.
So we'll have to keep still arguing about it then. That's what you're saying. Right, that's all for today, guys. I hope you found this really informative, and I hope it helps you get out and go for a putter fitting and see what the different options are there for you. If you're after more golf content, head over to the National Club Golfer social media channels for more. And if you have any questions about any of the SIK putters here, or even any of the putter fitting, feel free to drop them in the comments below.